much, Edmund, and I'm really glad that everybody is out here today. I've been doing this for a while. Standing here at this statue, standing in front of crowds like this. And as Edmund took us through the year in review, there's of course some good highlights and some advances, but there were some huge disappointments that our community has had. I think it's important, though, to remember that when we have these disappointments, that is the time that we must take our anger, our rage, our fear, and our disappointment and channel them into positive action. Channeling the negative into the positive is what our community has always done best. I have always been so proud of our community and all of our communities because we are very different individuals. We have different priorities, we have different concerns, we have different strategies towards success. We in fact have very different visions of what success is. Some of us believe very strongly that our relationships must have the full legal equality of any other heterosexual relationship, and that only full marriage equality around the country will satisfy that. Others believe that we are a queer community, that we redefine what relationships are, that marriage equality is not our goal. Our goal lies with really looking at bringing about a greater sense of fairness and equality for all individuals, regardless of their relationship status. That opinion is just as valid. Their concerns and movement and action just as important to take. There is the transgender community, too often forgotten or left at the back of the bus, or as my dear friend Monica often says, too often left under the bus. We've made strides as a community to recognize that the transgender voice is critical, and that the transgender issues facing our community are sometimes the same, but sometimes different, and that we must include their voices, their visions in our vision of a better world. There are those who choose to protest on the streets, like the folks have done in response to the Atlanta Eagle raids, like people did in response to anti-gay pastors coming here for the King Day celebrations. Protest is important and a vibrant part of what makes a movement healthy and successful is to have that voice of protest. We can never let loose of it, we can never forget it, we can never discredit it. That voice is important as well. But so is the political voice. And that's the season that we're in today. A chance to bring the community together and unite. That's what we must do in the next couple of weeks. There is an opportunity for us to make history here in Georgia. For us to have headlines that are just as important as the headlines that have come from Maine and California in terms of advancing our movement nationally. And that is in House District 58. Simone Bell, an African-American lesbian, in a runoff for the state legislature, this building behind me. The people who have caused us so much pain, so much disappointment, so much anger and fear directed at all of us, We have an opportunity to get another strong voice there, an open lesbian to join Carla Drenner, to double our influence in the legislature. It may seem like a small step, but it is a critical step. And where history comes in is that there has never been an African-American lesbian elected to any state legislature in the country. We can do it here in Georgia. We can show the country that we can make progress in the places where they are least expected. We can show the entire country that we too deserve support for our movement, that we too are a national player, that our community is strong, and we're doing it in the South, where everyone says it can't be done. But it must be done. And each and every one of you today holds a key to that. Yes, you may not all live in House District 58, but all of you can take 1 or 2 hours to make some phone calls, to knock on some doors, to deliver some flyers. That's what we need to win this race. I cannot stress enough how important this race is. For if we have elected a black lesbian to our state legislature on December 2nd, our conversations under the Gold Dome start anew. So all of you, take the passion, the anger, the frustration that you are feeling on the eve of one of our greatest defeats in California. And over the next 2 weeks, pledge to take 3 hours on a Saturday or a Sunday or a weekday evening. 3 hours of your time can make history. 3 hours of your time can change the political dynamics in this state forevermore. Isn't that 3 hours worth your time, your commitment? Think about that. Don't forget to come out and vote in the runoff elections on December 1st. There are many very good candidates to support. I hope that you'll pay close attention to the issues, and I hope that you will join us in supporting those who support equality on December 1st. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for your energy and commitment. And thank you all for being proud, for being gay, for being lesbian, for being transgendered, for being queer. You are the reason that everything that we've accomplished to date happens. And you are the future of our movements. The successes will not stop on December 1st. They'll continue as long as we have your energy, your commitment, and your strength. Thank you.